Hey there, my name is Sage and you are watching D&D Daily. Today I'm doing a blind stack block reading of Groff, a creature found in Strixhaven's Curriculum of Chaos. Let's jump into it. Many a Strixhaven student wandering the bayou has stepped on a seemingly mundane patch of moss, only to discover that it was the back of a hungry Groff lurking beneath the surface. These shaggy swamp creatures have canine faces and glowing blue eyes, and they are ravenous carnivores, with pest mascots being their favorite food. A handful of more intrepid Witherbloom mages have learned to follow Groffs in order to track down pest mascots, but most of these mages have yet to find a way to capture the pest before the Groff eats someone. Taking a look at the artwork, I rather like what I'm seeing here. I really like the glowing blue eyes. I think that's what stands out to me the most, but of course the incredibly large teeth, tongue, and claws is also quite terrifying. I wonder if this is going to be a beast or a plant. I'm looking forward to finding out. Let's jump into the stat block. The Groff is a large plant. Well, there we go. It is unaligned, its armor class is 13, and it has an average hit points of 68. It has 30 feet of movement speed as well as swimming speed. It has plus 5 to strength, 0 to dex, plus 30 to constitution, minus 3 to intelligence, plus 1 to wisdom, and minus 2 to charisma. So we have a straightforward combatant beater type who wants to get in your face and eat you. It has proficiency in perception and stealth, and dark vision out to 60 feet with a passive perception of 13. It speaks no languages, is a challenge rating 4, and has a proficiency bonus of plus 2. Its first ability is False Appearance. If the Groff is motionless at the start of combat, it has advantage on its initiative roll. Moreover, if a creature hasn't observed the Groff move or act, the creature must succeed on a DC 18 intelligence check to discern that the Groff isn't an ordinary moss-covered bog patch. So it's an ambush predator. Its second ability is Hold Breath. The Groff can hold its breath up to an hour. Moving into its actions, it gets a multi-attack, and it makes 1 bite attack and 1 swamp claw attack. The bite is a melee weapon with plus 7 to hit, a reach of 5 feet, it hits 1 target, and on hit does an average of 9 piercing damage. Swamp claw is a melee weapon attack with plus 7 to hit, a reach of 5 feet, hits 1 target, and on hit it does an average of 8 slashing damage. If the target is a medium or smaller creature, it must succeed on a DC 15 strength saving throw or become engulfed by the Groff. While engulfed, the target can't breathe, is restrained, and takes on average 10 poison damage at the start of each of its turns. When the Groff moves, the engulfed target moves with it. The Groff can have only 1 target engulfed at a time. An engulfed target can repeat the saving throw at the end of its turns. On a success, the target escapes and enters the nearest unoccupied space. The tactics for the Groff are clear. It wants to start out ambushing the enemies, getting surprise round, getting advantage for being unseen, and with that surprise round it wants to hit them hard and wants to hit them fast. Now something interesting is that the swamp claw engulfs the target, not bite, so it's not swallowing it, rather it's either grabbing it or the vines on its hands or entangling it. It's not clear, but what I think is clear is that it can still make attacks against whoever's restrained. So that leads me to believe that you open up with Swamp Claw, make sure you hit them, and now they're restrained, so you're going to have advantage on all attacks against them, and then you can follow up with your bite from there. There may be something to be said about restraining 1 target and then diving in the water. This is something I kind of go both ways. It's not really intelligent enough to make that decision, but it is an ambush predator, and if it gets enough food that it's going to be its meal, why would it stick around and fight? So it might just simply grab its meal, restrain it, bite it, dive in the water, and let the poison bite multiple swamp claws, kill it underwater, and then have its food while all the allies are still up there waiting for it to pop up. So it could be a cool combat. It's a pretty straightforward beast, but has some cool tricks up its sleeve. Plant, excuse me, not beast. Alright, this has been my blind stat block reading of the Groff. We are D&D Daily. We release new D&D content every day, so if that's interesting to you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.